So Marius and I use a program called Monday, and this is not an ad for them or anything, but we do use that to sort of organize our shoot days and then also put down ideas for videos. And Marius has a huge list of just video ideas that he puts down there, and each one has
and that hasn't moved in like, I don't know.
I know. I've actually been, I shouldn't even say that we use Monday. It's you and Benjo use Monday. And then I sort of cursory look at it every 6 months and I'm like, oh, there's an idea. Anyway, I was...
you should use Monday.
I should use Monday. Yes, I should. I should get better at using Monday on my admin days. But this is not a video about...
You?
Well, it's not a video about, admonishing me for not using Monday. I felt that I was due for my 6-month peruse of Monday, and I looked at the list of suggestions there. It's funny because they're all like raspberry cocktails, I don't know, lemon cocktails. So all these just like random thoughts. It's like Marius likes to throw spaghetti at a wall and see what sticks. And one of them was Orgeat Cocktails, and I thought that would be a great idea. Now, Orgeat, I think we should talk about the pronunciation a little bit because this is the one word that I have busted on every single time. And I don't even know how that's possible because Greg from How to Drink says Orgeat, which is absolutely not how you pronounce it. I don't understand how that, maybe people in his comments are getting crazy with them, but every single time I do an Orgeat cocktail recipe and I pronounce it the way that I pronounce it, I have 50% of the people jump on top of me. The pronunciation in French is Orgeat. That's how it's pronounced. The T is silent. In the US, you would, I guess, pronounce Orgeat with the T. So there are those people in the Orgeat camp, those people that are in the Orgeat camp. But my question is this about pronunciation. A lot of times I'll say something like, for instance, if you say eau de vie, right? E-U-A de vie, right? It's spelled eau de vie, right?
I thought it was eau de vie.
There you go. I think it's eau de vie, the American. But a lot of people say like, oh, well, you should try to pronounce it the way that they would like pronounce it, the French pronunciation.
Yeah.
As long as you're not affecting some kind of weird accent to do it, then you probably should do that. I guess I'm kind of in that camp. And so I say Orgeat as opposed to like Orgeat. But 50% of the people are on the Orgeat camp, and then 50% of the people are on the Orgeat camp. And I'm firmly in the Orgeat camp. I'm definitely not in the Orgeat camp. That's not a thing. I don't think that's a thing. But I want to know actually where Greg found that pronunciation though.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, we're doing 3 cocktails that feature Orgeat in like a diminishing capacity. Well, not diminishing capacity. Actually, each recipe, if we did them in order, each recipe would go 1 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, and 1/2 an ounce, like in descending order. But we're not going to do them in descending order because I want to do my favorite cocktail first, which is called an Army and Navy. Nobody knows where the Army and Navy actually originated. It was first published in 1948 in David A. Embry's classic tome of cocktails, The Fine Art of Mixing Drinks. And then some people think just because of the name that it could have emerged from the Army and Navy Club in Washington, D.C. sometime before that, but nobody knows. What I love about this cocktail is it is a gateway gin cocktail. It is an absolute banger. It's so easy to drink. It is so simple to make, and as long as you have some Orgeat around the house, it's very, very simple ingredients that you can find in your pantry. And it's literally one of my absolute favorites. It is, definitely one of my favorite sours. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, let's stop talking the cocktail up and actually make it, shall we? As always, juice a lemon. Juice your citrus. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And before I forget it, we're gonna do 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, and then 3/4 of an ounce of Orgeat. Don't wanna forget this either. 5 drops saline, 20%. I think I might actually put 4 drops, but who's counting? 2 ounces of gin.
Well, you, apparently.
Huh? No, I don't know, so I wasn't counting. I just think that I might have just put 4, but 4, 5, whatever. It's same difference. Still good. And strain into a coupe.
I always forget that it's kind of like a pink, peachy pink.
Peachy pink, yeah. Because it's got that little Angostura, giving a little island spice. And then we're gonna, oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. There we go. Get a proper peel here. And then do a twist and discard. Bam. Cheers, big ears. The most wonderful thing about this is that it's bright, tart, yummy lemon. And then you get a lot of that lemon oil from the twist. So it's like really vibrantly lemon, but you have the smoothness of the orgeat. So you get that nutty smoothness balancing it out, along with the botanicals of the gin and just a little bit of spice from the Angostura bitters. It's a deceptively kind of complex flavor and really, really fantastic drink. There it is, the Army and Navy. The Fog Cutter is a World War II era Trader Vic drink, but today we're going to be doing a version from the now defunct Chicago tiki bar Lost Lake. The original is a little bit of a mess of like, I don't know, very typical tiki drinks that it's got like lime and orange juice and seems kind of out of balance. So I wanted to try this one that brings some sherry into the mix, but kind of keeps the heart of the original. It is a massive cocktail, so we're putting it in a Pilsner glass. And yeah, I don't know. I think first things we're going to do is juice this here lime. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Oh, that's why I did that. So we're gonna juice some lime here. This is a cocktail that has a lot of ingredients. It's my only real complaint about tiki cocktails is that they tend to be very ingredient heavy and so therefore kind of expensive cocktails to make, but it is well worth your while. First thing we're gonna do is 2 full ounces of lime juice, 1 dash of Angostura bitters, ½ an ounce of simple syrup, 1 ounce of orgeat, ½ an ounce of East India sherry. We're using the Lastau Solera, ½ an ounce of orange Curacao, 1 ounce cognac, 1 ounce aged rum.
Yeah, so many.
Yeah, and we're using the El Dorado 3-year. And then last but not least, and one of my absolute favorite things when tiki drinks do is they put an ounce of gin as well. I love the combination of gin and rum. Gin is just able to bring in complexity that you just normally don't get in other cocktails. With rum, I mean. I'm sure that was kind of plain, but. Ugh. All right, got a big old bucket of pebble ice. Add in a little Scotia pants right there. And give it a whip shake. Might as well grab our glass. I didn't get to chill it as long as I would have liked to. It's just semi-chilled. Oh, this is gonna be a huge cocktail, dude. I mean, is it even too big for this glass? I got a 20. This is like a, look at that. Look how big that is. And that has no ice yet. I mean, it has that little bit of, see that little skosh right there. This is like, I need like a higher volume. I thought this would definitely be it. 15 ounces. This is why they do these in tiki mugs. Just like a nice snow cap, garnish with a couple of these guys. And then that is really good. Should I clean this up and then do the tasting notes?
I mean, it is a big mess.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you make a big mess when you're making cocktails. This cocktail has that same sort of flavor as a lot of the tiki cocktails it has like a tiki flavor, which is like a blend of rum and fruit juice, but you have enough lime in there that you get a real nice vibrant lime. You get a lot of the nuttiness of the orgeat and you get that smoothness of the orgeat. But what also I really like about it is that the cognac, the rum, and then the gin play together so nicely. You get some of the botanicals of the gin, body from the cognac, and then you have the rum in there with its nice Demerara rum notes. It's a really nicely balanced cocktail, and it's definitely an improvement on the original. So there it is, the Lost Lake Fog Cutter. The Whiskey Daisy is a classic cocktail. which is a little bit of a, I think this is actually called a Whiskey Daisy number 3, because technically in the classic cocktail canon, there are a bunch of different Whiskey Daisies. And what we know that a daisy is that a daisy is a sour that contains liqueur. But this Whiskey Daisy, the Whiskey Daisy number 3, doesn't actually contain a liqueur. It splits the simple syrup base with orgeat and gives it a hint of almond, which is fantastic. That being said, it is a fantastically good cocktail, and we are gonna make it now. And I'm gonna get a shaker because I think I sent all my other shakers to the wash.
Isn't there an almond liqueur? Isn't there an almond liqueur?
There is an almond liqueur, but this calls for orgeat, which is not almond liqueur.
Yeah.
Orgeat, you could do it with an almond liqueur, and that's actually not a bad idea.
Then it would be a daisy.
Then it would be a daisy. But we don't have almond liqueur, and the original recipe calls for orgeat, which is not almond liqueur. That said, there is another Whiskey Daisy from Harry Johnson's 1888 New and Improved Bartender's Manual, which splits the base with yellow chartreuse, and then it would be a daisy as well. So I'm not really sure what's going on with this, but I found it. It is a fantastically good cocktail. I mean, it's one of those ones that it's just a sleeper hit. And what's really nice about it is that you got the sharp sweetness here, and you got the orgeat, which is like a little bit less sweet. And so you're sort of taking an ounce of syrups and balancing 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. But the sweetness works out because the orgeat provides like a smoothness, and it's not as sharp as the sugar. And so like everything's nicely balanced in this drink, which is nice. I would like to try it with we should try it with an almond liqueur though, because there is a almond liqueur. I want to say that there's an almond liqueur out there that is called some word very close to orgeat.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Remember?
Yeah.
And with it like came about like a few years ago, and then I just haven't heard heads or tails from this liqueur at all. Like I haven't seen it around, I haven't seen anyone using it. But I feel like we could take that, which is like an orgeat style liqueur, or we could turn our own orgeat into an almond liqueur, and then, or we could use amaretto.
Yeah.
But the amaretto is like, it's not just almond, it's like straight up marzipan. It's like almond sugar almost, you know? But we could use amaretto in this cocktail, which actually I think that we should make a reel and try it with amaretto
Or should we
on
just do
another
it now?
time. Really, we're gonna shoot 2 cocktails now? All right, fine. We can. I mean, you know, since we're at it, it's just like us to get to the end of the day and then make everything so much more complicated. But I guess since we're already doing it, it's not that much more complicated. Oh, I get to double shake your cocktail for the first time in like, I don't know, however many years. I'm gonna do the exact same specs because I don't think we should up the amaretto. I think it's gonna be great with amaretto, honestly. All right, so let's just juice a whole bunch of lemon then. I don't know why I cut the lemon up this way into wedges. That's like I don't know why I did that, but I did. And I'm sticking with it. Okay, 3/4 an ounce of lemon juice. 1/2 ounce simple syrup. Should probably just move this, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Get that out of the way. 1/2 ounce simple syrup. Okay, the left one will have 1/2 ounce of orgeat. I feel like I should wash this out now.
So the other one has amaretto and simple syrup?
Yeah, because we're splitting it. But I think I'm gonna do 1/4 ounce of amaretto, because amaretto is both very powerful in flavor. I think that it will be overly sweet.
Yeah.
This one I'm doing specs as is though, but I'm gonna do 1/4 ounce of amaretto here. I don't think it really needs that much. And then we're doing 1 ounce of bourbon. I'm doing the 100 proofers for this one, so do what you want, but if I would match 100 proof with 100 proof because we're gonna split the base here. And then 1 ounce of rye. Choose a rye that plays nice with bourbon. Oh crap, only 1 coupe left, so I guess we're just gonna have to grab one from and have it not be chilled, which is kind of a no-no, but it is what it is. I feel like these are gonna be a little high volume, honestly, but it's gonna have big wash lines, especially for this one. It's all right though. Oh, it's been so long since I've done this. Oh, that was an arm workout. It's like, I'm getting soft in my old age. That one worked out.
That's the
orgeat. That's with the orgeat.
The other one's going to be a little bit more.
Huh?
The other one's going to be a little bit more clear, I guess. Huh? Oh no, it's still cloudy, I guess.
No, I mean, it still has lemon and bourbon. That's basically what's coloring the cocktail, so. It's a little bit less volume because it's like half an ounce less in there. Maybe a little less dilution, I don't know. All right, which one should I taste first though?
Well,
I guess the control would be the original.
Yeah.
In the chilled glass, okay. Wonderful, fantastic, a little bit on the sweet side. I would cut the Orgeat down to maybe 1/4 of an ounce as well. Or maybe what I would do is I would invert it. I would actually do 1/4 ounce simple syrup in here and then half an ounce of the Orgeat because you want the creaminess. What's really nice is the creaminess here. This one's, I expect it's gonna be a little thinner, but also very, very marzipan forward. Ooh, that's good, dude. Ooh, I kind of want a little dash of Campari in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh, that's really good. It was a bad call though, so this one's way whiskey, like this is way more whiskey forward. This is more like a sour. This really is whiskey forward. You get the balance of the simple syrup, but then you have the amaretto on the back end. And then you've got the lemon, obviously, that's pretty tart. I would actually up the amaretto another half an ounce. So I think I would go half simple, half amaretto, 3/4 lemon, and then 2 ounces of whiskey. And then also, somehow, the amaretto is really supporting the rye in the mix. Like the rye is really prominent. This one's very creamy and delicious, but it's also a little bit overly sweet, just as is. So I think that's what I would respec this. I go half an ounce Orgeat, 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, and then the same specs. And then this one, I would up the amaretto a little bit. I prefer the one with the liqueur, I gotta say. Yeah, it's like, it gives you that.
True Daisy.
I mean, I gotta say that every single time I make Orgeat, I always put a little, because the thing about Orgeat is that even though it's not a liqueur, I do put amaretto in this a little bit, but just a little bit. For every like 200 milliliters of this, I put like 1/4 to 1/2 ounce of amaretto in there, and I put a little cognac in there as well. And it gives you that marzipan flavor that I'm after. That's what I like my Orgeat to have, that marzipan flavor. And not all Orgeats do, because some Orgeats, like the Giffard's Orgeat, they just do straight like, basically almond milk with sugar and that's it. This gives you that like amaretto flavor. It really reads almond liqueur, you know what I mean? It's really good. And then also it's a little more complex, which I like. It's good. You know what we're gonna do? Actually, you know what I think would be really nice is a little lemon peel on this. So I think we're gonna give it a fancy lemon garnish. We're gonna make that one shape that Marius loves so much when we do, the parallelogram. So there it is, guys, the Whiskey Daisy.
And action. I don't know.
Do we hear that?
Maybe not over the music.
All right. Oh, you're filming yourself while you do this too, so you can cut to yourself when you talk?
Yeah, just in case.
Interesting. No, that's cool. That's a new kind of thing. I'm sure people will dig it. Okay. But the Whiskey Daisy number 3 doesn't have a liqueur. It splits the sugar with Orgeat